So the last thing that we need to take care of as far as this is concerned is back here with the 1'4" bindings here. Looks like we got D4, D5, and D6. And those, if I click on this fitting, you'll notice here you see these endpoints here. We want to keep this so that it's always wider than the actual column. And this is a technique that you can use with line cuts and things like that. With this fitting, it's not as critical, but just to show you how you can do that, we'll go ahead and extract some information about this main part and then create a parameter and control it within here. So over in the custom component browser, I'm going to come down to the input objects under primary part, and under part there's these profile properties here with the width. So whatever the width of the column is, as I always want my fitting to be larger than that to make sure that everything gets cut through and there's no problems there. So I'm just going to right click on it and go to copy reference, and I'll scroll all the way to the bottom here and click add, and that will add in parameter P2, and I'll hide this. And here within the formula, I'm going to select what's in there, right click and choose paste, and I can just come in and add an equal sign. And this is the syntax that you need to extract information about the part. This width is similar to the syntax that you would use in like the template editor if you wanted to bring in things for reports and things like that. So there's a lot more information about this that you'll be directed to after the webinar of how this works. But just to show you what this is pulling in, if I hit enter, you'll notice now that this is reporting 8 inches. If I were to double click to bring up the properties, actually I'll just inquire on the part, and it will open up this dialog box here. And this is this column profile. If I come down, it's an 8 by 8 by 1/4, so it's bringing in 8 inches as the width. And the 75893 is the ID number of that column, so that's where it's bringing in that information from. So whatever this column changes to in the model, everything is going to expand and contract relative to that. So I'll close that, sort by value again, find my 1'4", then I'll start with D4 and just set this to equal P2, and we can multiply it by 2 just so that it's always larger than what we need. And I'll set D5 equal to D4, and D6 I will do the same, and those are set to hide, so we should be in pretty good shape there. So I'll just go ahead and filter everything back by name to get them in order. And what we'll do now, let's go ahead and close some of this, and we'll go take a look in the model and see what we've created so far. So I'll just click OK, and that will close the 4 temporary views that were created. It will show me my component here within the model. I'm also going to go ahead and save my Tekla structures model just to make sure that I don't lose any work. And we can now double click on the green connection cone, and the values that we can control and adjust right now, I can control the spacing, I can control the overall length, the bracket width, and the overall height, because those are set to visible within my custom component editor.